Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today the asylum will be covered in nothing but the blood of the inmates that inhabit it today. And so, everyone here, Scarecrow, Joker, Victor Diddler, Harley, Croc, and Bane are all going to be going up against something worse than the Dark Knight. You see, Batman has decided to all of a sudden quit being a hero. Tonight, he's going to let the asylum just run rampant, okay? And so, everyone's favorite, big, beefy, masculine toned, and deadly Deathclaw is actually going to be invading the asylum and executing Order 66. And now, with every inmate on death row here, we are going to see just how well he does in Batman's position. And, well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and let's talk about it, right? So, the Deathclaw, obviously, is in the building level ranges. Now, you might say, why am I saying building level when it's usually small building level, right? And this is because I am compositing the Deathclaw here. This means I am using stronger versions, like the irradiated version, the mutated, or sorry, not the mutated, the alpha version as well, okay? So I'm pretty sure there are more versions of the Deathclaw, but so far what I've seen from Fallout are the basic ones, which are capable of doing small building level feats here, like throwing cars, like quite casually here, and being able to manhandle and destroy humans in power armors and stuff like that. Then you also have the sheer fact that Alpha Deathclaws can go toe to toe with superhuman behemoths and just, well, actually hold their own. So it's you guys say it's a bit simple for them here. And with most of the Arkham inmates being around the wall to small building level, it really comes no surprise here. So let's start from the beginning, or we're going to start from the lower ends to the much higher ends during the story. So first things first, we have to deal with thugs. And, well, they can't hurt them, like at all here. The Deathclaw is able to take shots from multiple rounds of bullets with very minimal damage here. And they can again take attacks from much stronger things like Maya Earth Mothers, or Maya Earth Queens, excuse me. And again, take on superhuman behemoths even at their base level stages here. So with that being said here, there is no human with a pipe, bat, or even a stun baton going to hit as hard as, well, any human from the Fallout universe in power armor here. So yeah, the Deathclaw, excuse me, is going to take these guys out like it's nothing. I mean, what are they going to do? Considering the sheer fact that Deathclaws are able to grab humans and literally slam them so hard that their bodies explode and cause a shockwave, yeah, our Deathclaw here is going to have literally no problem whatsoever just grabbing any human meat sack and just splatting them on the ground here. Oh, and by the way, did you know Deathclaws can actually throw rocks and projectiles so hard that they're able to impale and, kill humans here? Keep in mind, he's just, throwing whatever at the ground at them pretty easily here. They might say, oh, what about the ones with the guns? Well, the Fallout universe has much more advanced weaponry. Let's not even begin to talk about that here. And again, we see Gatling guns, and they're still able to weave around and even dodge that. So, again, any thug with a gun, stun baton, knife, whatever, it is not going to, it's not going to work out. It really isn't. Now, let's go over to Diddy Knife himself, or the Knife Diddler himself, Victor Zsasz. What do y'all want me to say? He's really nothing more. He's nothing in anything, in all honesty. Like, wow, I never really thought about that for the Arkham franchise here. He's literally a one-shot type of character. Like, I'm not even sure why he's in the games. He's not really even a threat. Even to a basic human, he's just a guy with a knife. Bust a cap, and it's over. And again, y'all see that? That's a Deathclaw with a backhand. A pimp slap. And that's just what happens here. So, yeah, that's pretty much it here. Next off, we do have the Titan henchmen. So, the first Titan pretty much dies of a heart attack here. And in all honesty, I don't see any reason why a Deathclaw wouldn't just skewer any Titan henchman. And yes, I will be counting the I will be counting the two Titan henchman boss fight here as well. as well as the extra one we have within the, I guess, miniature elevator shaft area. So, yep, these guys would be nothing. The first Titan simply dies of a heart attack because it's not perfected. And so the double Titan fight, where it's simply a 2-on-1 situation, the Deathclaw is faster, it's much more lethal, and then it's very, it's just very simple as that. Next up, we really have just Harley, and I guess you could say we say he just doesn't kill her here, and we actually go by the initial mission where he has to sneak up and save Gordon. Yeah, there's nothing stopping from the Deathclaw just climbing on the wall and being stealthy, and then just getting the drop on Harley after that. There's, really just nothing stopping at that point here. And then we have Bane. Now, Bane, believe it or not, is just an over-glorified Titan fight here. Kind of a far cry from what we had in Arkham Origins, right? I mean, this was such a tactical and some of the best fights in the series. And then you have this right here. Crazy how he went from that to this. And then to absolutely nothing in Arkham City, right? Yeah, I know, crazy. But considering the sheer fact that Batman was able to deter him with batarangs here, what's to stop our Deathclaw here from just, throwing any stone or simply digging up any tiles from the floor, flinging it so hard that it cuts into Bane's face, and that, matter of fact, that honestly might, that honestly just might do it. Or it's very possible that the Deathclaw just goes in for a charge and just uses its horns to skewer Bane's face. I know that just sounds brutal, but it kind of is what it is here. Even giving the Deathclaw human intelligence like we normally do. Sorry if I didn't explain that earlier. But yeah, we normally do that. Now, at this point, I could kind of see Joker just running through the asylum, trying to get whatever he can at this point, trying to desperately perfect the Titan formula. And the funny thing is here, he might just double down on just giving himself the Titan formula, so he would try to perfect it as quick as possible, which I would actually find pretty funny in my opinion here. Because imagine Joker just sees, all this stuff happening, soldiers getting torn apart, butchered, slammed into the ground here, and he's just thinking like, oh my god, what's going on? Now, next up is Harley. Now, you might say, why is Harley higher than Bane? Because at least she's more intelligent than both him and Zsasz when it comes to this game here. Now, again, you could say that's because, Bane was strung up and, drained of all that Titan and stuff here. But again, Harley at least has more intelligence and at least more goons, so she is a bit higher up. But again, I don't really see the Deathclaw doing anything except pimp slapping her either into a cell where it might kill her, or again, he might just knock her out and just leave her there. Next up is Killer Croc. Now, this is actually pretty interesting because Croc is bulletproof, while the Deathclaw is bullet resistant. All right, there is a difference here. But if Croc's skin actually works like, I guess you could say like Kevlar, right? That means a good enough puncture or good enough stabbing force or cutting force here should actually be able to do the job. So I actually think the Deathclaw's claws would actually just tear through Croc in all honesty. Meaning that it would be a very bloody battle. But again, unless, Croc has the water advantage, which Deathclaws just seemingly don't like the water, it just wouldn't happen. Plus, I don't really see the Deathclaw going into the sewers and in deep waters just to, grab the spores and stuff. What more likely could happen is that the Deathclaw is simply crawling on the ceiling, getting any spores here, and then simply smacking Croc right back into the water, and then doing the same thing to get out. So, yeah, it's very possible Croc may not detect him, because again, I guess I can't say that, because he probably would have the Deathclaw scent. But next off we have here is Poison Ivy. Now you might say, oh, would the pheromones work on the Deathclaw? I don't know. I really don't. Because the Deathclaw's biology is a mutated version of, I think it was the Jackson's chameleon, and possibly an amalgamation of other creatures here. But here's the issue with this here. While Poison Ivy is a threat to characters that have, less weaponry or less effective weaponry than Batman here, here's the thing. What's to stop the Deathclaw from climbing up that plant, crawling into the faced area, tearing it open, tearing the container or the sack area that Ivy is in, no Diddy, and simply ripping her out? and then proceeding to jump down with her and then smash her so hard against the ground, she splatters. Again, I like to know, because you can't say the thorns, because look how wide they're spread out. I mean, the Deathclaw could just literally grab on, use his claws to hang in there, or tear into the plant, causing her more pain, and then just, boom, snatch her right out of it. Again, we're giving him, baseline human intelligence. Again, you don't think he would probably think about that? Now let's go into a more difficult one. Scarecrow, right? Now, this is pretty interesting because we do not know what Deathclaws fear. They have so much aggression in them that they honestly don't really have a fear of anything. You could maybe say at a young age they do, when they're like, babies and stuff like that there. But adult Deathclaws aren't even scared of superhuman behemoths or Maya Earth Queens, which are known to kill them. They're not afraid of that. They're not afraid of them. So in all honesty, it might just be kind of the same situation with Celine from the Underworld video. She might just get pissed off, or in this case, our Deathclaw here would just get so pissed off enough that he just winds up grabbing Scarecrow and just tearing him to smithereens, probably giving him the worst death out of everybody in Arkham. Again, I can honestly see that happening because, again, we don't know what Deathclaws fear. And I think that is the problem with most scenarios in Arkham, in the Arkham Asylum here, when it comes to adding a character that has very little, showings of fear. You can't do it the same way Batman has. Even if I give the Deathclaw human intelligence here, there's still that aspect of the Deathclaw itself. What does it fear? And then it just simply doesn't have a fear. So in all honesty, I could probably see Scarecrow getting the worst death out of the group here, where he just gets smashed into absolutely nothing. Like nothing left. Not even the leg in the Deathclaw's hand is going to be left there. And now, the final fight. And that is the Deathclaw. I'm sorry, not Deathclaw. The Titan Joker. So at this point, I think, this would definitely be Joker's last stand. He probably would summon more Titan henchmen and stuff like that there. And then the Deathclaw would probably just smack the smack Joker like off the throne and stuff. Let's say he survives it and just is able to inject himself in time, or he injects himself before the Deathclaw gets close here. Well, then this comes down to one thing. Can Joker last that long against a Deathclaw? Titan Joker. And again, the problem is here is that Joker is kind of reckless with how he fights as a Titan. He just swings around wildly and stuff here, while the Deathclaw is a bit more methodical. Plus, having all those open areas like his spine and his rib area, and the Deathclaw is likely going to just rip out. And again, this might sound disgusting, but he might dig into the sides of Joker that are exposed and just start ripping stuff out here. Again, he does have the human intelligence, but he does have that instinct to where a predator will exploit open wounds or open areas of another prey item. So in all honesty, I think a Deathclaw definitely clears Arkham Asylum with, I'll probably have to say, low difficulty. Because again, the human intelligence plus the Deathclaw's already aggressive nature would make him put short work, or make him, make this short work for him in the end. But hey, that's going to be all today. Just comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.